ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls around the world listening, morning, noon, night, it is time for us to go back down memory lane to the best and worst defenders. Right, so I'm going to throw a name up and it's going to land on, don't laugh, do not laugh, Igor Stefanovs.
Oh my God, what a start.
So a Latvian defender, 17 appearances for the club, signed 2000 and left 2004. Surprisingly, had 3 full seasons with us. The memorable game was the Old Trafford game. Who remembers that? The 6-1. And Dwight York had a field day that day. So, can we all remember Igor Stefanovs?
How can we forget him? Burned into our minds. But I will have a question. Igor Stepanovs or Mustafi?
Mustafi all day long.
Mustafi,
Really?
on, man.
Mustafi all day long, man.
Really?
At least Mustafi's got
Mustafi all day long.
he's got
Really?
some ability.
Mustafi all day long.
Wow.
All day long. Stefanovs. Are you kidding me? No, I'm sorry.
You hear that? You hear that, Igor? You hear how these gooners are treating you?
He's a manager now. He's a manager now.
You hear how these gooners are treating you?
Sorry, Igor, but I'm sorry.
After your long and loyal service to this club.
Long service. He had 17 appearances, and that's still too much. I'm sorry, Igor, but no, you've got to go. So now I'm throwing this second name up in the air and landing on Filip Senderos.
Filip Senderos.
116 appearances.
Yep.
1 honour, which was the FA Cup, believe it or not.
Yep.
Young Swiss international. Came with a lot of promise.
He was okay when he came.
His emergence was fantastic.
He was
Yeah.
just unfortunate to run into that
Going to
Colossus.
Drogba, yeah.
Well, we're coming on to him. Wait, we're just
Scored
coming
with
on to it.
shin.
We're just, coming on to him in a minute. So, with Philip, he came in 2003, left in 06 season. Remember that season where we played really well, Real Madrid, the Champions League run.
Yeah.
He featured there
he played well.
and he played really well. But then it all came to an end.
Yeah.
And who was the cause? Which individual caused Philip to have nightmares and his performances to drop?
Didier Drogba.
Oh my days.
And Wenger for just not realising what was going on and just keeping on playing him.
Drogba. Didier Drogba. The beast Drogba. The nightmare
Yeah.
in Arsenal's side. And what was the story? A reporter was interviewing Senderos, and then he brought up Drogba's name. And what did Senderos do? He left.
Yeah.
He departed the interview. He said he didn't even say anything. Drogba's name got mentioned and he upped and left.
Drogba had that effect.
Yeah, so he ruined his career. He
I
just
think
couldn't
I
handle
just-
the pressure on big occasions as well. He was a bit calamitous, Senderos.
Yeah, he became calamitous. He lost his confidence. But I think it's the talk got to him. All the media, all what the fans were saying. Because I actually thought that goal. Remember that first one that he scored against Centros at Stamford Bridge, where a ball just came and he just hit his shin and went in.
Who, Drogba?
Yeah,
Well, that's Drogba for you, isn't it?
as job he knew nothing about.
When we lost 1-0.
It's 1-0, yeah. Where the keeper's out of position. Yeah, I think he wasn't mentally strong enough. I think when he came on that, I think it was the season that he came through. That season that we went to the final, right,
Yeah.
of the Champions League. He was outstanding, you know.
Yeah.
It wasn't that he was strong. It wasn't that he wasn't strong enough. It was the manager didn't see what was going on. Ferguson would have taken him out.
Yeah.
Wenger just kept, you're playing Chelsea. Ooh, play him again. Rather than say, you know what? Drogba's giving you a tough time. Build your confidence up against somebody else, and we're going to build it up for you. Rather than every time we play Chelsea, you're going to get your pants pulled down and Drogba's going to abuse you in front of everybody.
During that Project Youth era, you know where he sold all his senior players, all his key players, and he was replacing them with people like Hokalan and
to get abused,
right?
But this is the thing. Sorry to cut you. These youngsters did have promise,
but
they didn't have the experience around them because Fergie was keeping Giggs, Scholes, Nicky Butt. He kept the older heads to give your Rooneys, your Ronaldos, your Nannies, your Andersons the experience.
And if you remember,
for them.
If you remember that final in 2007 against Chelsea, after that game, most Arsenal fans were full of pride, because these young players outplaying
Chelsea.
Chelsea.
Yeah, but
we're very good.
Wenger's downfall was that he didn't have any experience. He didn't have the elder heads.
Yeah, he was seeing that competition as like an experiment to just play his youth team, and he believed, and they outplayed Chelsea in that game, but the experience.
But what happened though?
Yeah, and it was. I actually saw that game quite recently, and
Chelsea played a full strength side.
It was a bit like yesterday where we created a lot of chances, right? Scored an early goal, Walcott.
Yeah, I remember it. I remember that game.
Crisp, the creativity was there. Everything was there, but it's just that championship time, right? They brought on Drogba, bam, game one. So. He's not an Igor Stepanovs.
Yeah.
Right? He's not a Scalacci. I think he's better than that. He's got ability, but mentally, I think mentally was not.
Because Drogba.
He wasn't shot. No, but it wasn't actually the Drogba. It was the pressure around that. All the taunting, all the journalists, like that incident that you just said, where the journalists asking about Drogba, all that got to him, man. Why are you walking away? That's just weak. Mentally weak.
Well, what can we say, eh? He went to AC Milan on loan in 2010.
Yeah. How did he do that?
He had spells, didn't really do too well. He had spells at Fulham, if anyone can remember him there.
I don't remember.
Aston Villa. Yeah, I remember him at Fulham.
I can't.
His career just took a nosedive after, having a good run, good stint.
Good start, yeah.
At Arsenal. So I thought he was going to be the answer. I thought he's got the making. He was big. He was strong. Yeah. It wasn't slow. He had all the attributes, but it just didn't happen for him.
Yeah.
So Philippe, sorry, but you just didn't cut the mustard.
Yeah.
All right, so throwing their name up in the air, and it lands on Pascal Sigan.
Zinedine Sigan, as they used to call him.
So Sigan, you wouldn't want to meet Sigan in a dark alley. This guy,
he's gonna freak you out.
He's just got the look of a psychopath.
You're gonna run the other way, aren't you?
My goodness. Well, so Sigan, 63 appearances, and he's won a Premier League and 2 Community Shields. So that's not too bad. Not too bad. Made his appearance. He came in 2002. So he came just in the nick of time, in good time to win a Premier League.
Yeah.
He was skillful.
Yeah.
But he wasn't
too slow.
Equipped for the Premier League, the pace of the Premier League. Pace merchants like Michael Owen.
Yeah.
See you later. Darius Vassell. See you later. Any pace merchant he came up against was like, I'll see you later, Pascal. Nice knowing you, yeah? I'll see you later. So, what do we remember of Pascal Sigan?
Pascal Sigan or Mustafi?
Pascal Sigan.
Sigan.
Because
Really?
Sigan had it. He had all the other dexterities, but he just didn't have the pace.
I watched Sagan. I remember
he was skillful at the back.
There was a game at Highbury against Manchester United. I don't know if you guys remember. We had a lot of injuries, and for some reason, Wenger said, "I got a great idea. I'm going to play Sagan at left back."
Yeah.
Oh, for crying out loud! I used to hate when Wenger used to do that.
He played quite well.
He played very well. Clean sheet. Cristiano didn't get a kick. So I think Pascal Zidane, he's Sagan.
Freudian Zidane.
We used to call him Zinedine Sagan, you know, but
intelligent, but pace was
intelligent.
His
the thing is he's from that era where he was unlucky in that during that time our organization at the back wasn't great, and he used to get exposed. For someone who's we started playing that high line, right? And Wenger, he was pretending that he still has Torre and Campbell there. You know, he can't play that game. You know, he's a bit. You can compare him with Per Mertesacker. Per Mertesacker would have struggled then.
Boy, that's a tough one,
right? He would have struggled badly because when you don't have the speed, you can't play a high line. You can't. So he's not, because he looks funny, and he'll freak you out, man. If you just dark alleyway, he would run the other way.
Yeah, well, I've said that.
Yeah, so he's one of those players. He's not as bad as people think, but he came with the reputation in France as a top defender, and people were expecting a lot. And he doesn't look great, so this gonna hate.
But
hate
he
him
didn't
more.
do too bad at Villarreal.
He didn't, no.
When he went to Villarreal,
they loved him over there.
Yeah, he had 98 appearances.
Yeah,
and when he went to Villarreal, it wasn't too bad. You know what he done over there. It's just the pace of the Premiership. Yeah, it's a beast. Yeah, the Premiership is a beast.
And if you remember, if Pascal Zidane was playing today in a possession,
Zidane, you know. God.
Yeah, if he was playing today, he would be at home where teams are passing. Back then, it was just frantic. It was like we hitting long balls. It was too frantic. It was like, you know, speed. There's Cristiano one side, ruining the other side. Ryan Giggs, vroom, vroom, vroom.
Yeah, it's true.
So I think I'll stick up for Sagan, man. He wasn't at all. He's not an ego, and he's not a Mustafi.
Right. So from Pascal Sagan, right. So it's landing on
Scalacci.
Sebastian Scalacci.
I knew it. I didn't even look.
23 appearances, arrived in 2010.
Your favorite
and
player?
Lasted surprisingly until 2013.
Oh my goodness.
Possibly the worst defensive signing we have ever, because listen, we've signed some duds, but Scalacci, well, he came with all the superlatives because he came from two teams. And he was a serial trophy winner at both these teams.
And a French international.
Correct, Jamal.
Yeah.
So we think we're getting the real deal. Come on. All three of us here thought, you know what? We're getting a real deal here.
Yeah.
Scalacci, French international, come from Lyon and Seville. And he's won how many trophies? Countless trophies? Done. We're sold. But then...
Reality bites.
Reality bites. One incident, the ball got kicked up in the air. Fulham were at the Emirates.
Yeah.
The ball gets kicked up in the air. Koscielny got his eye on the ball, ready to
head it out.
Yep. Who comes in and gives a nuts Koscielny? Bang! And takes Koscielny out.
You know, yeah.
Takes him out, and then Clint Dempsey goes on to score.
Okay, then I'm going to ask the question.
Yeah.
Scalacci or Stepanovs?
You know what? I might go with Igor here.
I'm going with Igor.
Yeah. It's ridiculous.
I'm going with Igor. I'm sorry.
Listen, the game that almost finished me off as an Arsenal fan was away to Blackburn. We played Mertesacker and Scalacci, Almunia behind them. I think we got smashed 4-2, and it was just the most.
You
comical.
think, or you know, we got smashed 4-2.
We got smashed 4-2, and it was the most comical defending you will ever see. It was like Laurel Hardy, all your favorite comics, all making their debut at the same time. You know, it was, and Scalacci was. There was nothing he could do right. He couldn't pass. He couldn't run. He couldn't head a ball.
He was terrible.
You know, you remember him at Stoke? Oh my goodness.
I remember.
Remember at Stoke? Oh, gee, my God. What do you think, Gabs?
I think it was an awful signing.
My God. Where did he end up after that?
Where did he end up? Oh, well, I think he went back to France.
Is it back to France? Back to Auxerre, is it?
No, I don't think it was Auxerre. But I remember, I think he went on to two other clubs. But yeah, that was Scalacci. So we've only got time for one more. So this is part 1 of the best and worst defenders. So next week we shall come back with part 2. Yeah. So now I'm going to throw the name up in the air.
Yeah.
And it lands on Shkodran Mustafi.
Yeah.
Mustafi, he made his 100th appearance yesterday. Cost 35 million. Remember that summer when it was a long awaited, where's Mustafi? Where's Mustafi, man? Wenger, I think we got beaten by Liverpool. About 4-3 or something like that. Where's Mustafi, man? Where is he? We were so anxious and couldn't wait to get him. World Cup winner from Valencia. He had a stint at Everton as well.
Yeah.
Oh, where is he? I
completely forgot about that.
With Mustafi, he didn't have a bad start to his Arsenal career, because he surpassed someone's record for 17 wins on a bounce. Yeah. He was in the team that had 17 wins on the bounce. And
that was during when he won the World Cup, right?
When he first came. Yeah. So he had the most impressive start.
Did he win the World Cup while he was at Arsenal, or was he
before?
Sure.
Before
okay.
he come to us.
Yeah.
And Mustafi.
Yeah. Honestly, it's a sad. When we signed him, I thought we signed.
Some others do have him. Michael Crawford.
Yeah. I thought when we signed him that we signed him for the next 10 years, like a top quality.
So he
ticked all the boxes. We didn't realize that we were signing someone in between Scalacci and Igor Stepanovs.
Well, we weren't to know, were we? We were getting the real deal. A World Cup winner.
Okay, because yesterday I think we might be a little bit harsh on him. Yesterday, that was his first game, right?
Yeah,
that was his first game. He wasn't ready. He wasn't meant to. I don't think Arteta had even thought about bringing him on. Right, because he thought he's going to stay fit.
Of course, and you stay on the bench,
yeah,
Shkodran.
I'm just warm that bench, He does have a knack of stringing performances together where he's thinking, you know what, he's standing in the corner. There's a good player there. His passing is good, his heading is good. Mm-hmm. And then he's got that brain freeze Brian was talking about.
Brain freeze, Brian.
Right?
Brain freeze.
Where he's just look at him and said, this is not question of ability, this is question of IQ.
Yeah.
Like he's just not there mentally. Right? Where he switches off like he's like a goldfish player. He just switches off.
Right.
Right.
So, Gabes, have you anything to add on Shkodran Mustafi, or do we leave it till next week?
How bad
leave it till next week?
So,
we're running out of time.
We're running out of time now. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we're going to have a quick prediction of Man United game. Quick. Let's go. I'm going to say we will lose 2-1. Go on.
We're going to win 3-1 Arsenal.
3-1 Arsenal. Gabes?
I think we'll get a draw up there. 2-2.
So that means it's going to be a boring 0-0, yeah?
Listen, I'll take a 0-0, and that sounds wrong, but I'll take a 0-0. Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you've been listening to the Magic Hat Show. Could you give them your handle, please?
Magic Hat Jam.
Lovely. And you can catch us on Instagram and Twitter at the Magic Hat Show. Yep. Thank you for listening, boys and girls around the world. Bri, come and join us soon. Okay, music, take us out, please. Yeah.